Hi, I'm Hugh Edwards, and I'm CEO and co-founder of CyberFortress. And in this video today, we're going to talk about online revenue interruption. I'll first provide a brief description of what it is and who it affects. Then I'll cover some of the common contributors, anything from human error to software glitches to malicious attacks to service provider failures. I'll cover them all. So what do we mean by online revenue interruption? Really, you, our audience here, you're e-commerce business owners. And for you, if your e-commerce site is down, you're not collecting any revenue, which means your revenue is interrupted. Business interruption is a pretty common kind of insurance for most businesses to protect them when their businesses get interrupted. Like they have a storm which damages their building and they can't open their store to do business. That's a kind of business interruption. But in the online world, in the e-commerce world, if your business is impacted, the current business interruption doesn't really cover the lost online revenue that's not coming in while your site is down. That's where online revenue interruption comes in. And that's where we as CyberFortress are looking to introduce our own online revenue interruption insurance to help protect e-commerce companies like you doing such events. But for today, we're just going to focus on what are some of the causes of online revenue interruption, the causes of downtime that could impact your business. So let's start with the biggest and most common, human error. The Uptime Institute surveyed thousands of IT professionals and found that like 70 to 75% of data center outages were caused by human error. That's crazy. And in Uptime's April 2019 survey, 60% of respondents said that their most significant recent downtime event could have been prevented with better management. When you looked at the downtime events over $1 million of impact, that number rose to 74%. Preventable. So what does this mean for you, the e-commerce company, looking at this video today? How does human error play into your site? And really, it starts with you. You're the most important person managing your site and the people around you. So it's being thoughtful. It's the Wednesday before Black Friday and you're worried about your site. Now is not the time to make some big changes and introduce a bunch of errors. So take your time, be thoughtful, plan ahead, and then double check. Next up, software glitches. Now, some of the downtime events caused by software failures are legendary. The stories are, too numerous to list, but like in the UK, like TSB Bank, had a software glitch that locked like 1 million customers out of their accounts for 1 week. The website was up, they just couldn't get it. British Airways has had like a track record of about 6 major software glitches over the past several years that have affected everything from departure boards in the airport not updated and impacting customers there, to cancelled flights, to customers not be able to book or make changes. The list goes on. And in this case here, maybe the site was still available, but there was some glitch there that caused either the site to go down, or also the software glitch could have really just meant that a critical component of it wasn't working, and so the customer wasn't able to do what it wanted to do. So how does this affect you as an e-commerce site owner? Well, imagine a software glitch that screws up your shipping, provider. So it means your customers can purchase, but they can't, get anything delivered or can't see when it would get delivered. That could severely impact your site. At the same time, there could be a glitch in one of the software you're using to run your site, which could take down your site completely. And so in that scenario there, it's not your fault or someone on your team, but some issue with the technology that again has repercussions for the uptime of your site. Okay, next up, bad actors. What does that mean? Malicious attacks, hackers, ransomware, the list is endless. If you recall, my last business, Jungle Disk, was a cybersecurity software provider. And back in this sort of 2014, 2015 period, we started having customers calling up, asking where they could get a Bitcoin. Very strange question we felt to ask, where they're their backup service provider and we were just helping them encrypt their data and protect it. Why would they need a Bitcoin? Well, the answer came back, hey, there's this message on my screen that says I need to pay like 2 Bitcoins in order to get my computer back. So we discovered ransomware. And so there are all manner of different malicious actors that can come out there and get in the way of the business. Does it happen that often? I think last year about 50% of small businesses in the US experienced some kind of attack or attempted hack on their business. Some can be crippling, others not so much. But for you on your e-commerce site, this could be anything from a hack that takes down your website or a hack of one of your service providers that means that a component of your e-commerce site or even the whole e-commerce site itself is down for a period of time. Either way, you need to be wary of it and need to have protection. The fourth and final contributor we're going to talk about today is service provider failures. Fortunately, this doesn't happen that often, but when it does, it can be pretty bad. So what do we mean here by service provider? Well, for you as an e-commerce site, you may be relying on a lot of different services in order to power your site. Maybe you built the whole e-commerce site, but there's a good chance you're using Shopify or BigCommerce or WooCommerce or one of the platforms out there to deliver that. And there might be a number of other service providers playing into that. Now, the interesting thing here is there's a whole sort of like, house of cards built up here with layer upon layer. Any one of those pieces in there could affect some of the other pieces higher up. So for example, in June last year, Google Cloud experienced an outage. It was some kind of obviously probably related to some human error inside of Google that caused the issue and ended up taking down Google services, ended up impacting Shopify because Shopify runs a component of their business on Google Cloud. And guess what happened? A bunch of e-commerce sites experienced about 4 to 5 hours of downtime as a result. Was it due to something that they did within their business? Was it due to their human error? Or was it a malicious attack? No, but it was a combination of things in a service provider failure that really had a huge knock-on effect on them. Now, this doesn't happen that often, but when it does, it can be really painful for you as an e-commerce business. And so being able to protect against that is really helpful. I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit about downtime, online revenue interruption, and some of the common contributors to downtime that might affect it. If you're interested in learning more, come check out our website to learn about how to protect yourself against downtime risk. You can also join our community on Facebook called the E-commerce Wizards. This is a place where we can come together to learn, to grow, to share best practices, to learn how to protect your business from downtime, and to come together and connect. If you have any further questions, please leave them in the comments below. And if you have any other insurance or cyber related, protection related topics you'd like us to cover, please let us know. Also, subscribe to our YouTube channel here so you can stay fully up to date with all the latest learnings and growth that we're hoping to bring out on this channel. And we look forward to seeing you again soon.